There we go. One minute, guys, 1 minute. Hey, slow. Okay, so if you can back out of the room, that'd be great. Or back out of the track, not the room. Yeah, just hit the red X. Oh, no, 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 not a big deal. Leather and Cheese, are you both in here still?
Yep.
Uh, 1 more minute, guys, and then we'll start it, alright?
Sure.
Awesome. And Dave and Slow, if you guys want to pick a driver to follow, that'd be great.
I'll pick Leather then.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, guys, I'm gonna start it. Have
All
a
right.
great race.
Good luck, Jeff.
Welcome to GTCA Championship Series. This is our first round still, and tonight we have Leather Meat and Cheese head racing. And we're about to start here. And we're off. Leather is in the silver or Mustang, and Cheese is in the Dodge Challenger. And they're heading into the first corner. And Leather is slightly ahead. Coming into this first straightaway. Ooh, and Leather. Cheese looks like he's going to take inside here. And does he hold it? And yes, he does hold it. On that back corner. Going up now into the S corners. And Cheese is now slightly ahead as they're coming into these tight corner sections. So coming into the last corners before the fast back straight. And Cheese is ahead 1.4 seconds as he begins his descent down this hill to the start finish line. And for the first lap, Cheese puts a 149 down and Leather puts a 141.6 down. A little bit of that time has come back, 0.7 seconds separate them. So they head into this first straightaway.
Oh, let's see some weird times. I got a 140.
Coming into the second straightaway, a 0.4 second gap, a pretty tight race as they head down into these S corners. Leather's right up on the back end of Cheese there as they head into the corners. Each of them showing different lines going through the corners, that's for sure.
Wow.
As they come into the last set of corners here before the back straight. And a 0.3 second separates them as they head up the slight hill here and then go down to the start-finish line of this second lap. Leather's trying to pull up beside, and they're running side by side coming down the street, and Leather pulls ahead, crossing the start line at a 1:35.4, and Cheese a 1:36.3 as they're fighting in these first corners. Very, very tight race here, guys. Side by side going through those corners. On this third and final lap, they're on the front straightaway here, coming into this box corner. And Leather's right up on the tail of Cheese as they're going through this track, coming up to the final section of these tight corners of this third lap. And they're tail to nose, very, very tight. Well, that's unfortunate. We will be adjusting the time.
Yeah.
And with the way it was racing, it was
yeah.
literally probably by the time we said and done, there'll probably not be a time gap because they were less than a half a second apart.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
I'd say
call
no
these
gap.
guys even.
So, going into the second race here, Cheese will be in first place, Leather will be in second, starting, but there will not be a time frame or time stop between. But I will be putting your guys' times into the thing, so just give me a few moments.
Yep.
Yep. Go right ahead, guys. This'll be a few moments. So right now we have Leather with a 4:53.7. I'm actually just gonna add a 0.5 to Cheese, so he'll be literally a 4:54.2.
Yes.
And that works out. It won't be a time difference change at all, just so you guys know. But unfortunate, Cheese, that last corner.
Yeah, no worries. I'm good with it. Oh yeah, it is. I have a pretty subtle tune or a wild tune, which is faster, which is what I tried. I tried the wild tune.
So as soon as Leather's back, we'll get into the second lap.
Yeah. Don't worry.
That was a tight race, oh gosh, guys, all the way through. Holy.
It was a good race. No foul. No worries.
Perfect. So the only race we're waiting for now will be Jay and Curtis, and I have no idea when Curtis is going to be lined up for that. Are they? Okay.
Oh, I thought it was Monday.
Well, and worst comes to worst, we could do it Monday, but if they could do it tomorrow, that'd be great. Then everything's set. Alright, awesome. Here we go, guys. No,
Yeah.
this is heads up, no delay, no timer. Only thing is that Cheese is starting first. Because you ended up coming across the line first. Alright guys, here we go. Yes. Yeah. That was.
Good luck, Meat.
So no time change or no delay here, so both of you are off on the lights. And we're off on the second lap here. She's starting in first in the grid, and Leather was second on the grid. They head down to the first set of corners, and Leather is pulling up beside him.
I had a false start.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. But nose to tail here, side by side, on this back or first straightaway, coming up to the box corner. Another pulls slightly ahead again, coming to the corner first, but Cheese has the inside line, and he passes up on the inside line, coming into the second straightaway. Up the hill to these S corners, and Cheese has a slight run out front, but Leather is right there behind him, right on his tail. The last few corners, and they'll be heading down the hill on this back straightaway for the first lap here. And Cheese has a slight advantage with a 0.9 second gap as they head back to back straightaway to finish this first lap of this 3-lap race. And Cheese puts a 140.0 down, and Leather a 141.1. So coming up into the first straightaway, Cheese has a slight head with a 0.7 second, but Leather's bringing them back as they come up to this box corner. And the second straightaway to these S corners for the second time of this race. And the 0.3 second difference as they come through these tight corner sections. Very, very tight. It's going to come down to this last lap. 0.6 seconds separate the two of them, but that's not much. Coming into the last set of corners before the fast back straightaway. And she's opened up a slight gap of 0.8, but it looks like the Mustang's a little bit faster here, and he's bringing that back. Coming across the line, Cheese put a 134.9 down, and Leather put a 134.7.
Did we hit? Okay. Okay.
as Cheese makes his way through the S corners and Leather's just starting. There's a 8-second gap, but unfortunately with Leather spinning out, that was the difference of this race. Both of them pushing hard. And just unfortunate that Leather touched the grass. As Cheese heads down the back straightaway for this last and final third lap. And he throws a time of 1:34.5. And Leather's coming up down it now. And unfortunately with his spin out, he threw down a 1:44.5.
Oh, good race.
I
I was worried we hit. That's I figured. Good race.
So you guys are actually racing the two new guys for in the second series. If you give me a second, I'll tell you exactly who's on who. Well, actually, Cheese, you'll be racing Mike. He's the guy that's in the you'll be racing Pat. And Leather, you'll be racing Mike in this next round.
Okay.
So I will be posting all of this here shortly, and like I say, we're just waiting for the one race tomorrow. But if you look at the if you look at the standings, you'll see who you're basically up against next week.
Okay.
The only one that's not is, like I say, it's Jay and Curtis, and they're racing Seth and Brad. So depending who finishes out there. But next week, Chris, you're racing Pat, and Jeff, you'll be racing Mike. And Mike's the guy that threw down the 450 with his little Subaru. Yep. Yeah. So that'll be a good race. Well, and that's the thing. You're in a bigger car. No, he seems pretty good when he is racing. Yeah. And you're in a little bit bigger car. It makes it harder to pass, right? So.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting to see. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining.
Yep.
Hey.
Awesome.
Me too.
All right, guys.
Thanks for
Have a good
watching.
night.